A lot is said and spoken about the corona warriors. But are we really doing enough for them? I think this is the time, and more so now that we talk about health, hygiene, is to think, is to respect, and maybe in our minds, in whatever little way, reward these corona warriors.
पता नहीं कि क्या कर सकते हैं उनके लिए. वो लोग घर नहीं जाते हैं, अपने परिवार से नहीं मिल सकते हैं, और जो लोग जिन लोगों को इजाज़त मिलती है घर जाने की, मान लीजिए छोटे बच्चे हैं, और बच्चा जो है वो तो अपने माता पिता को देख करके दौड़ता है उनकी तरफ.
Correct.
कई बार ऐसा होता है वो दूर से ही मना कर देता है बाप या माँ, अरे मेरे पास मत आना. क्या बीतती होगी उस बच्चे के दिल में
कि महीने भर बाद
मिल रहा है और फिर से भी मुझे बोल रहा है कि मुझसे मत मिलो.
A lot of the doctors and nurses who treated me also for over a period of a month, and I was seeing them, not their faces but the PPE masks every day, and I asked some of them like घर last कब गए थे, तो बोलते हैं 15 days का शिफ्ट है, अभी इतने सारे डॉक्टर्स और नर्सेज हम खुद ही बीमार हैं कि अभी हमारा शिफ्ट और लंबा होता जा रहा है. So I met few of them who were there in the hospital from last 40 days, 45 days. So I am always grateful to my doctors and the nurses and this whole fraternity who has been taking care. I will not exclude the sanitation workers because every day the loose they were taking care of and making sure like I am not getting any other opportunistic infection being sick.
Correct.
About this particular award and recognition, we were discussing like what we can do. So these are those people who have done a lot in their personal capacity and who have been, championing this cause of taking care of others. So you will find a mixed bag of people. You have some social workers, you have some doctors, you have some sanitation workers, there's some nurses. It has some activists who have done a lot for their own communities. On the top of that, there are some people who have lost their lives, so the families of them are also getting awarded. So we thought of giving them a token of appreciation, and we thought this is one of the best days, and this is a Shraddhanjali from us to to Mahatma Gandhi by giving this particular award and this honor through Amitabh Bachchan ji.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you.
This is brilliant. So should we do the honors?
Sure.
Bachchan Sahab?
ये किसके लिए है? जाएगा इन लोगों को.
Yeah, for all 22 people, sir. Yeah. Ambika?
Why don't you do this?
Thank you so much, Mr. Bachchan, Dr. Pranay Rai, and NDTV Detol Banega Swasth India for acknowledging the great work that people around the world have been doing to ensure that they provide some sort of help and support to those affected by the pandemic. We all who can should be helping the ones in need. Once again, thank you so much, and I feel really, really honored to be a part of this initiative.
Hi everyone, this is Vikas Khanna. I'm really thankful to NDTV for acknowledging Feed India. This means a lot. This is the time when the pandemic has taught us that the only way to win for humanity is solidarity. If we're united, we can overcome any challenges. And for me, Feed India is a symbol of that. I really want to thank you all for appreciating our efforts.
मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूं कि इस कोविड काल में जो हमारे कोविड वॉरियर्स हैं, जो कि कभी पर्दे पर नहीं आते, पर्दे के पीछे रहते हैं, और जैसे अभी बच्चन साहब बता रहे थे, एक सेंसलेस सेल्फ ऑफ सर्विस, वो जो उनके अंदर जो एक सेंस ऑफ सर्विस है, उस जज्बात को हम कैसे समझें, उसको आगे कैसे लेकर के जाएं?
संकेत जी, मुझे लगता है इसको एक अच्छे काम को, भले काम को किसी भी नजरिए से देखने की जरूरत है नहीं. वो अपने आप में सराहनीय काम ही होता है. अगर कोई आगे बढ़ के समाज के लिए, दूसरे के हित के लिए काम करे तो वो अपने आप में बहुत ही अद्भुत और सराहनीय काम है. उसकी अलग से व्याख्या करने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. बिल्कुल. ज्यादा उस व्यक्ति को संतुष्टि मिलती है जो कर रहा होता है. इस क्राइसिस की घड़ी में जितना संभव हो लोग एक दूसरे की मदद करें. ये बड़ा असल, मैं दरअसल इस मामले का एक्सपर्ट हूं नहीं कि मुझे, लेकिन ऑफ कोर्स ह्यूमन क्राइसिस में आज इंसान एक दूसरे की मदद में काम आता है.
You all have been working 24/7. Many of you have not been going back home. Tell us about what challenges have you seen through this pandemic?
Indeed, when the epidemic started, we faced a lot of challenges, which included, working in the ICUs, and lack of ventilators, lack of PPEs initially, lack of testing facilities, but slowly it picked up, and we started getting confident about the facilities within the hospitals. There was fear amongst the doctors, nurses, paramedical staff that we may contract the illness. And gradually, as we worked relentlessly, and our fear went away. And today, if I say that we have inculcated a very disciplined and mannered lifestyle, and especially I'm talking about wearing masks and using PPEs, following social distancing norms.
स्वागत है आपका एक बार फिर से हमारे स्वस्थ मंत्र। पिछले साल हम लोगों ने जो कार्यक्रम किया था उसका नाम था बनेगा स्वस्थ इंडिया। स्वच्छ से स्वस्थ हुए, लेकिन आज बनेगा स्वस्थ इंडिया के इसी कड़ी में हम स्वस्थ मंत्र मांग रहे हैं या पूछ रहे हैं। हर आदमी अपना अपना स्वस्थ मंत्र बताए। मिस्टर जैन, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV on this program. Now, despite the government spending a good amount in programs like Mission Indra, Indradhanush, the country's immunization remains one of the lowest in the world.
If you look at what we've achieved over the last years, and especially after the launch of Mission Indradhanush, it's actually fantastic. I mean, we have 2.7 crore children as a birth cohort every year. Reaching them, it's a large country, the population is huge, so reaching them is already a challenge. And within that reach, there are also challenges of, cultural type. There are issues about vaccine hesitancy. There are issues about gender, where we see discrimination between vaccination for boys versus girls. So multiple such reasons kind of make it difficult for us to be able to get to 100%. In terms of COVID, there's a lot to be done. Firstly, there are multiple COVID vaccines, as you might have already seen, and they're coming from all over the world. There's a need for to figure out how these are going to be rolled out in terms of phase 3 trials. We did a research along with CEPI and WHO, and what we found was that by the end of 2021, we'd probably get 2 to 4 billion vaccines at a max. And probably people like me would be sort of standing far behind on the list in terms of getting the vaccine access.
I want to ask you, Mr. Singh, the experience of your government as far as containing this virus is concerned. What is the situation of COVID-19 in Manipur?
Earlier, we were not facing this, community transmissions. Only it was happening found from those who comes from the outside, returnees. We are very fortunate that our frontal warrior, like the police, doctors, nurses, are very active. Whoever comes from the outside, we take them to the care center first, and we will screen them there, test them there. Then, district-wise, we do distribute through the respective care centers, and the treatment is started. Our new SOP has been issued because, economically, हम लोग को कुछ खाना पीना के लिए भी जरूरी है, financial activities, economic activities भी करना है तो, so we have started it. So, Imam market, woman market, just we are considering to open it also. But even then, we are trying to impose. I am using this impose because people are easily not doing anything, whatever the government say. But some penalty or something has to be imposed.
As kids grow, there are other issues that need to be addressed. One of the most important among these is sex education. And it's really important that children and teenagers are aware and they make the right choices.
Even in today's time and age, why do parents and adults hesitate to talk about sex-related issues to an inquisitive adolescent?
I think in today's world, when we are talking about reimagining India, rethinking about India, reinventing India. I think we need to now go beyond. I think what we are seeing that we are only talking about child education. We are talking about why children are not being properly educated. The question what you asked me is so relevant. It's a question we need to ask our parents. I think more than a child education, I would say we need parenting. I think it's a very important responsibility. When we have given birth to a child, when we are raising a child in a family, it becomes a prime responsibility of a parent that time to time when a child is growing, the child needs to be given the right education at the right time.
होलिस्टिक एजुकेशन को इंक्लूड करने और उसमें शरीर के बारे में सरकारी स्कूल के छात्रों को बताने के ऊपर क्या काम किया गया है, उस पर करिकुलम में कितना जोर दिया गया है?
ये कई बार एक ऐसा मुद्दा है जो बहुत ही एक जरूरी मुद्दा है, लेकिन इस पे कोई चर्चा नहीं होती है क्योंकि हमने इन मुद्दों को टैबू बनाया हुआ है और क्योंकि हम इन मुद्दों पे बात नहीं करते हैं तो तभी ये इतने मिसकंसेप्शंस इसके बारे में, तभी ऐसी विकृतियां, तभी ऐसी पर्वर्सिटीज बहुत सारे हमारे लड़कों में और लड़कियों में दोनों में इन मुद्दों को लेके बन जाती है। दिल्ली के सरकारी स्कूलों में मैं एक्चुअली कहूँगी कि इसको कई लेवल्स पे हमने टेकअप किया है। एक सबसे पहली और एक सबसे ज़रूरी चीज़ जो इसके साथ जुड़ी हुई है, जो बच्चों की एक्चुअली हेल्थ, सेफ्टी, हाइजीन वगैरह से जो जुड़ी हुई थी, जब हमने स्कूलों में काम करना शुरू किया, और मैं तो खुद वैसे एक एजुकेशन के बैकग्राउंड से आती थी, लेकिन हमारा सबसे पहला टारगेट ये था कि बच्चों के लिए पानी की व्यवस्था और टॉयलेट साफ होना ज़रूरी है। क्योंकि अगर आप एडोलेसेंट हेल्थ के सवाल को देखिए तो जो सवाल सबसे ज़्यादा लड़कियों के हेल्थ को अफेक्ट करता है वो एक्चुअली क्लीन टॉयलेट्स का है। सेकेंड रहा मुद्दा एडोलेसेंट एजुकेशन का, एंड ये भी अब पिछले 2 या 3 साल से इसको भी लड़कों के साथ और लड़कियों के साथ हम लोगों ने कई NGOs के माध्यम से इसे टेकअप किया है। और इसलिए टेकअप किया है क्योंकि जैसा मैंने कहा ये टैबू नहीं हो, वो बहुत जरूरी है।
Comprehensive sexuality education goes much beyond education about reproduction, risks and disease. What all does it include and what is its significance?
Comprehensive sexuality education, like you said, it's not just about understanding the process of procreation and safeguarding your sexual health. It's far more encompassing and inclusive. It really helps children understand the cognitive, physical, social, emotional aspect of one's sexuality. And it really equips children with knowledge, attitude, skills, and values to be able to make more informed choices and realize their own identity and dignity and that of others, and also protect their own rights for lifelong. It is very responsive to adolescent needs, growing up needs. It really addresses topics that are that adolescents face in their everyday lives, like peer pressure, like how do you safeguard online, how do you actually practice cyber safety, or what is violence in relationships, or dating violence, or how to have positive sense of self. So a comprehensive sexuality education tackles all of these.
I want to go back when my kids were small and start all over again. पढ़ाया जाए, उनको बताया जाए भाई ऐसे होता है।